Hello students, this is online math class. Today we will discuss some problems of class 9. Before going to start, it is advised to all of you, if you like the procedure or the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the like button. Okay. Today we will discuss some problems of class 9. First of all, let me explain one problem. Express, or better to solve this one. Suppose there are two equations, 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power y equal to 20 and x plus y equal to 6. See that there are two variables present, x and y, and there are two equations. So this is called simultaneous equations because there are two variables and they will possess solutions simultaneously, but it is non-linear equation because x and y are not occurring linearly. Now how to solve? First of all, from the second equation we can write what? Y is equal to 6 minus x. So use this one to this 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power 6 minus x equal to 20. Next we can write 2 to the power x plus 2 to the power 6 means what? 64 by 2 to the power x equal to 20. Okay. Here we can assume that 2 to the power x as some another variable. Suppose 2 to the power x is some m. Suppose. So we can write this equation as m plus 64 by m equal to 20. So this means m square we can write minus 20m plus 64 equal to 0. So it is a quadratic equation in m. So we can solve it in m. How to solve? M square minus. How to solve this one? Write it 16m minus 4m plus 64 equal to 0. By factorizing, we will have m minus 16 minus 4 m minus 16, or directly we can write m minus 16 m minus 4. So here we will get two values of m. Here we will get two values of m. One is 16, another is 4. So consider m is equal to 16. Consider, and the rest one is m is equal to 4. So when m is equal to 16, m is 2 to the power 6 x, and 16 is 2 to the power 4. So correspondingly x equal to what? 4. When x equal to 4, from this one we will get y is equal to what? 6 minus 4, that is 2. So one pair of solution is 4, 2. One pair of solutions. Another solution will be obtained here from. So it will be written as 2 to the power x equal to 4. That is 2 square. So x equal to 2. If x equal to 2, y equal to 6. This way we can solve a nonlinear equation, simultaneous equation. Okay, very easy. First of all, we have to use one equation. Always remember, here you have to use one equation into another one to convert it into an equation involving one variable. Otherwise, we cannot proceed. Okay. Next, we discuss another problem. Suppose this one. Next, there is a problem. Suppose you have to show two irrational numbers. Sum of two irrational numbers is always irrational number. So next problem is you have to show this root 5 plus root 3 greater than root 7 plus 1. You have to show this. Okay. How to show this one? Before going to start, we have to explain something. Root 5 is an irrational number. Root 3 is also an irrational number. Their sum is also an irrational number. Here root 7 is an irrational number, but 1 is rational, but the sum is irrational. So you have to show this irrational number is greater than this irrational number. directly we cannot compare, so we have to adopt some analytical method to show this this one, the first one is greater than the second. Now there is a matter of intuition. We know that 15, 5 into 3 is 15 and 7 into 1 is 7. So 15 is greater than 7. We can write. Okay. So we can write root 15 is greater than root 7. It is very obvious because both of them are positive. Now add 8 in both sides. So it will be 8 plus root 15 greater than 8 plus. Before adding, okay. Before adding, better to multiply by 2 both sides. Because 2 is positive number, the inequality holds good as it is. So 2 root 15, it can be written 2 root 7. Now add 8. If we add 8, it will be what? 2 root 15 plus 8 greater than 8 plus 2 root 7. Now the question will answer why we should add 8 and why we will multiply this one, this step by 2. The answer is hidden in the next step. Observe, 8 can be written. Observe, 8 can be written here. If the square of root 5 is 5 and the square of root 3 is 3, so sum of them is 8. So 8 can be split here. We can write root 5 whole square plus root 3 whole square plus, and 2 root 15 can be written as 2 root 5 into root 3 greater than. But in right side, 8 should be split sum of this. Because observe one thing, in both cases, sum of the digits are same. It is the main target of this problem, wherefrom we will approach the questions. So it will be root 7 whole square plus 1 square plus 2 into root 7 into 1. We can write. Now observe, the left side is a perfect square as well as the right side is also a perfect square. So the left side can be written as root 5 plus root 3 whole square greater than root 7 plus 1 whole square. Now both of them are perfect square and both of them are positive. So we can imply from this step that root 5 plus root 3 is greater than root 7 plus 1. So what we have learned from this question? We have learned how to start the question. First of all, check what is the sum. Observe, the sum is equal in both sides. 5 plus 3 is 8, 7 plus 1 is 8. So it should be kept in mind how to approach the question. And the second one is the product. The product of them is 15 and here the product is 7. So we can apply, or we can intuition apply the 15 greater than 7, then proceed as well, you will get the result. Very simple question, just matter of practicing. Next we will also discuss another important question. So before going to start, I have to rub this one. In the next question, it is given that a to the power x, a problem from laws of index, equal to bc. It is given. Also, b to the power y equal to ca and c to the power z equal to a. It is given. A problem from laws of index. Okay. So these three identities are given to us. We have to show that I am writing in the right side that x by x plus 1 plus y by y plus 1 plus z by z plus 1 equal to 2. I am writing here z by z plus 1 equal to 2. Now how to start this one? Observe from the left side. A to the power x is bc. Okay. Well, so we can multiply a in both sides. So it will be a to the power x plus 1 equal to abc. Okay. Similarly, multiply by b. The second identity, it will be b to the power y plus 1. It is also abc. Similarly, the third one is also multiplied by c. C to the power z plus 1 is equal to a, b, c. The third one also. Why we have multiplied this? Okay. See. So here from we can write a is equal to a, b, c whole to the power 1 by x plus 1. Because we need to have this expression. So we have already 1 by x plus 1, we need x. So let us take the xth power of a. Sorry. It will be written a is equal to a b c whole to the power 1 by x plus 1. So we have already one power 1 by x plus 1. Here it is x by x plus 1. So we need x by x plus 1. So let us take the xth power. So it will be a to the power x equal to a b c whole to the power x by x plus 1. Very simple. Similarly, from the second identity, we will get b to the power y equal to a b c whole to the power y by y plus 1. And from the third identity, we will get c to the power z equal to abc whole to the power z by z plus 1. So we have got this. Now, what is the value of a to the power x? It was given in the question that we see. So let us multiply the right side of all these identities and check the left side. The right side, if we multiply this into this into this, the power will be added. So it will be what? A, B, C whole to the power x by x plus 1 plus y by y plus 1 plus z by z plus 1. The power will be added because they are same base. They are having same base equal to. Left side a to the power x, b to the power y, c to the power z. So it will be a to the power x into b to the power y into c to the power z. Now observe one thing. A to the power x is bc, b to the power y is ca, c to the power z is ab. If we multiply, you will get a, b, c whole square. So the result is what? A, b into c whole square. So the result is here from we will write a, b, c whole square. So what we ultimately have that abc whole to the power this is equal to abc whole square. As the bases are equal, the powers correspondingly the powers are also equal. So here from we can write x by x plus 1 plus y by y plus 1 plus z by z plus 1 is equal to 2. In this question also, we have to observe from where we will start. The powers are given in terms of x, y, z. So somehow we have to convert the powers in either in x or x 1 by x plus 1 or y by y plus 1 or z by z plus 1. Directly we cannot do this. So we need first x plus 1. That's why here we have multiplied a, b and c respectively to have these powers and proceed this way to have the required result. Okay. It is also a matter of practicing. Otherwise, these solutions cannot be kept in our mind. Next one, we have learned in the chapter the real number how to convert the recurring decimal into vulgar fraction or p by q form, or better to say irrational number into rational number. What is called rational number? We know that a rational number is a real number which can be expressed in the form p by q or m by m, where p and q both are integers, but q should not be equal to 0. P may be equal to 0, but q should not be equal to 0. The next question is an application of this theory. The next question is express 3.14 under recurring in p by q form or m by n form, whatever. Okay. So it can be written as 3 plus 0 point, because 1 4 is under recurring sign, so we can write 1 4 repeatedly in infinite times dot 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 dot. So it will continue because it is recurring. Now 3 is rational, just we have to make this in vulgar fraction. Okay. Suppose x equal to, suppose this part is x equal to 0.141414 dot dot dot. First of all, it is an identity. First of all, multiply both sides. Always remember, multiply both sides by some integral power of 10, so that the decimal point will come after the first recurrence or first repetition. Where the first repetition? After 4. How the decimal point will brought after 4 will be brought after 4? Multiply it by 100. So if we multiply, the result will be 100x equal to 14.141414 and so on. Because infinite number of 1/4s are there. Now subtract this one from this. The result will be what? The result will be 100x minus x. And the right side will be 14 minus 0, and after the decimal all will be 0. So it will be simply 14. So here from we will get x as 14 by 90. That means we have converted x, that is the irrational part or the recurring part, into a vulgar fraction or p by q form, where p is equal to 14, q is equal to 99. Both are integers, q not equal to 0. So it can be written therefore 3.14 recurring is equal to 3 plus x. X means what? 14 by 99. So it will be expressed in mixed fraction as 3 whole 14 by 99. Very simple procedure. Next, we will discuss another problem from laws of index. First, before going to start the next one, there is some observation. The problem is, it is given that a plus b plus c, it is 0. It is given in the question. Okay? We have to show that this one, 1 by x to the power b plus x to the power minus c plus 1 by x to the power c plus x to the power minus a plus 1 plus 1 by x to the power a plus x to the power minus b plus 1. So this expression, we have to find out the value of this expression using this identity as 1. So we have to show this one is 1. So how to show? Obviously, you understand that to solve this, we have to use this. Now see, here we can write 1 by, okay. Always remember, in this type of question, make the denominators equal. Okay, equal means keep one denominator same and convert the other denominators using this result. So suppose I am trying to keep all the denominators this x to the power a plus x to the power minus b plus 1. Okay, so it should be kept unchanged. This one is to be converted and this one also into this. How to convert? How it will be converted? Okay, multiply this by x to the power minus b, numerator and denominator both. It will be what? X to the power b plus x to the power minus c plus 1. Okay? Okay. Plus multiply this one, the numerator also and denominator both, by x to the power a. X to the power c plus x to the power minus a plus 1. And it will be unchanged, we have told it earlier, plus 1. Now observe one thing. It is what? It is x to the power minus b. If we multiply, it will be x to the power minus b and plus b, that is x to the power 0. That is 1. Plus second one, x to the power minus b minus c. So it is, we can write a is equal to what? Minus b minus c, right? So we can substitute in place of this x to the power a plus, it is simple multiplication x to the power minus. Similarly here also, it is x to the power a, it is x to the power a plus c, x to the power a plus c. A plus c means what? Minus b. A plus c is equal to minus b. Use this, so it will be x to the power minus b. The second term is a minus a, that is 0, that is x to the power 0 means 1 plus x to the power a plus 1 by. Now observe, all the denominators are same, so we can get the LCM very easily. 1 plus x to the power a plus x to the power minus b, and here also the numerator is 1 plus x to the power a plus x to the power minus b. This is equal to 1. Okay. In the next class also we will collect some problems to discuss here in this class. If you like this channel and like the problem solutions, the procedures, you will subscribe. You can subscribe the channel and press the bell button and for the like button. Okay. Till then, bye bye.